premiers, MECs, Executive Mayor of Ugu District Municipality, other mayors who are also here, representatives of Salga,
Mr. President, just for a minute.
representatives of various political parties.
I will ask the President, Honorable President, just to take a seat for a second. Honorable members, I'm sure all of us know by now that we may not use a language that is not in keeping with the good decorum of the House. And some of the messages that you are communicating are indeed a bit of a problem. And if members have an opportunity, or if members want an opportunity to articulate whatever messages and so on, we should be having in front of the House a substantive motion. So I'm going to urge you to please sit down and desist from what you're doing, honorable members. So I'm ordering you to please sit down. Take your seats. Honorable members of the EFF, if you do not take your seats, I'll be forced to take you out.
Chairperson.
Honourable Chairperson, may I rise on a point of order, please?
Yeah, yes.
I'm rising
Chairperson.
on a point of order.
May I rise on a point of order, please?
I can't see you.
Here I am, Chairperson.
Yes, yes.
Honourable Chairperson, we all know the rules of Parliament and of this House. No member of this House is allowed to portray or to show any party regalia. What we see behind us here clearly indicates the party regalia of the EFF, and it is not in terms of the rules of this House.
Thank you very much. Honorable member, what's your issue?
Chairperson. Chairperson.
On what point are you rising?
Someone is continuing to mute me.
Chairperson, can we be protected?
We are not intimidated by a group of people brought here. The EFF will never be intimidated to stand for the people of this province who do not have water, who do not have infrastructure, who continuously are raped, while the president of this country is sleeping on top of money.
Please sit down.
While the president of this country is sleeping on top of dollars, which today remains unaccounted for. We demand to know, when is the president of this country going to tell our people where he got that money from?
I'll ask you, of course, that's not a point of order. Ngizawucela ke endlini ukuthi sisebenzisane siyeke ukubanga umsindo ukuze le sitting ye NCOP ibe impumelelo. So without any waste of time, we will now proceed.
Chairperson, on a point of order.
We will now proceed.
On a point of order, Chairperson.
What is the point of order?
We are not going to be addressed by a president who has broken his oath of office. The people of Ugu region don't have water, and he's not going to address the House.
That's the point of order.
He is not honorable. He is a dishonorable president who lies on top of dollars.
Down.
He has no right to address the people of Ugu region.
Honorable member, order. Please sit down. We will now proceed.
Voorzitter, op een punt van orde.
We know they are begging for bread. We are not going to be intimidated. We have the right to freedom of speech. We have the right to express ourselves in this house. We have the right to express ourselves in this house.
Akekho umuntu onelungelo lokuthi asukume akhulume ngingazange ngisho njalo njengosihlalo we-NCOP njenge-presiding officer. So I'm not allowing you to speak. I'm not allowing you
So you are going to suppress us.
I'm not allowing you to speak.
Voorzitter, op
So
een
we are
punt
going
van
to be
orde.
suppressed.
I'm not allowing you to speak. Thank you very much. Let's proceed, President.
Voorzitter, op een punt van orde. Op een punt van orde, voorzitter.
What's the point of order?
Mijn punt van orde is...
What is the point of order?
Voorzitter, mijn punt van orde is... Als leden van die parlement van Zuid-Afrika... lê ons elkeen 'n eed af... dat ons die grondwet van die land zal eerbiedig.
No, that's not the point of order, man.
Die mafia-president
Please sit
wat
down.
vandag hier
Please sit
voor
down.
ons verskyn...
Please
het die
take your
grondwet
seat.
oortree.
Please take
En
your
ons
seat.
kan nie toelaat... dat
Please.
ons vandag in hierdie huis...
Please take
deur 'n
your seat.
mafia-president toegespreek word nie.
Sit
Ons
down,
kan nie
Arnold.
toelaat dat 'n president wat die grondwet van die land oortree het, vir ons hier voorkom verskyn en vir ons 'n soetsappige storie kom gee. Sy beloftes van deursigtigheid. Waar is sy beloftes van deursigtigheid? Waar is dit?
I'm
Daar is
giving
geen
you-
deursigtigheid en verantwoordelikheid by die president nie. So ons vereis verantwoordelikheid
I'm giving
en
you-
deursigtigheid. Hy het deur die agterdeur ingekom vir deursigtigheid,
I'm
maar hy
giving-
deur agterdeur is
I'm giving
vandag
a warning.
is nou nie meer deursigtig nie.
Yes, I'm giving you a warning now. If you persist in what you are doing, I'm going to throw you out. If you persist in what you are doing, I'm going to throw you out. Honorable President, please proceed.
On a point of order, Chair.
Please
On a
proceed.
point of order.
Honorable Lutuli, I've warned you.
Chairperson, it's a point of order.
I've warned you. What's the point of order?
Chairperson, awukwazi ukuhlala lapho usicindezele ukuthi ngeke usasivumele isikhulume.
What is your point of
Chairperson,
order?
Chairperson, awukwazi ukwenza lokho. Awunawo amandla ukuthi
What
ungathi
is
ngeke
your point of
sesikwazi
order?
ukukhuluma. If ungasungilalele ngikhulume,
Please take
then
your
uzoyizwa
seat.
i-point of order yami.
Please take your seat.
Chairperson, number one, fanele
Hlala
kusiprotect.
phansi.
No, Chairperson,
Hlala
awukwazi ukusabisa. Uyasabisa njengamanje. And lokho ngeke sikuvumele.
I know.
Uyasabisa.
I will now call on the people who are supposed to be assisting us to take out those people who are unwilling to cooperate and who are blocking the
We are elected to be here. We are elected just like you. We have every right to be here.
Point of
We are
order,
elected
Chair.
just like you.
I've not allowed you to speak. I've not allowed you to speak. So you won't speak until I say so as a presiding officer. I'm not allowing you to speak. Thank you very much. Honorable President. No. No, thank you very much. We'll now proceed. Sawucela umongameli aqhube nenkulumo yakhe. Kuwa Mongameli, yes.
Honorable Chairperson, ngiyajabula kakhulu ukuba la KwaZulu-Natal. Ngiyajabula kakhulu futhi ukubona abantu bala eKwaZulu-Natal beze la ngomningi. Kuyangijabulisa lokho. Ngenyanga edlule bengilapha ngizokwethula isitifiketi sobukhosi kungangezwe lakhe His Majesty King Misuzulu KwaZulu-Natal. Izolo bekusuku lami lokuzalwa. Ngathola imlayezo eminingi kakhulu. Omunye umlayezo wawuphuma kuSilo wathi ungifisela happy birthday. Ngabonga kakhulu. Savumelana noBayede ukuthi sizosebenzisana ukuletha intuthuko esifundazweni sala KwaZulu-Natal. Okubalulekile ukuthi simamele abantu futhi sibikele abantu ngalokho okwenzwa uhulumeni ukwenzela ukuthi sikwazi ukuthuthukisa impilo zabantu. Ngijabula kakhulu ukuthi iParliamente ize la eUgu ukuthi sizomamela kahle ukuthi abantu baphila njani, bakhala ngani, izidingo zabo yini na. One of the most important ways in which we are doing this is through the program of taking Parliament to the people of our country. This is the key outreach program of the National Council of Provinces. 28 years since the first democratic parliament sat in Cape Town, we continue to have a parliament that is activist, a parliament that is responsive, that is also determined to make a difference in the lives of our people. This week, taking Parliament to the people has come here in this Ugu District for the first time. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi sithole ithuba lokuthi nama-minister ethu nama-deputy minister babe khona la. Ngithe mangifika uminister ubheka icele ungitshela ukuthi yena umuntu wala uvela khona la uthi ngeke ukwazi ukuthi ungenze lutho la ngoba kukithi la. Ngajabula kakhulu ukuzwa lokho. Our ministers, deputy ministers, and indeed our premier and MECs are here to respond to the concerns of our people and also to do everything they can to resolve the concerns of our people. Ngiyazi ukuthi izidingo zabantu bala eUgu District ziningi kakhulu. Ngiyathemba ukuthi niyena thola ithuba lokuthi nizibeke kuma-minister ethu nama-deputy minister. We have heard about your challenges here. into ezifana nokuthi amanzi iyona inkinga enkulu kule district. And that also there are shortages and interruptions that are making life difficult for the people in this district. We have also heard from our citizens that the poor state of the roads in this district is making it more difficult even for learners to get to schools and for our people to go to clinics. The state of roads is making it difficult for workers also to go to work and for businesses to transport their products to markets. Good roads are not just important to people's everyday lives, they also open up economic opportunities and strengthen local economic development. We have heard during the public hearings that the people of this district need housing, particularly after the floods earlier this year destroyed many homes and businesses. Kubantu abaningi lapha kunzima ukuphila ngaphandle kwe-grant. To support poor and vulnerable people, the government continues to provide social grants to millions of South Africans. Before COVID, we had up to 18 million people who received grants every month. And during COVID, we realized that there were many more millions of our people who are unemployed and who continue to live in poverty. And it is what led us to introduce the COVID-19 Special Relief of Disaster or Distress Grant, which now covers 11 million people. Siyazi ukuthi abanye banezinkinga zokuthola nale mali ye 350. Siyakwazi lokho. We have heard this during the public hearings over the past few days. Siyazi futhi ukuthi kwabaningi le mali ayinele futhi. Abantu bafuna ukuthi ikhuphuke le mali, kodwa ke uhulumeni akanayo imali eningi kangako. Sithe sizawuqhubeka nayo le grant na kulonyaka ozayo. Challenges with agricultural production are also having a direct impact on people's lives in this community. Ugu is an agricultural district, and the majority of people who live here rely on the land to feed themselves and their families, to grow crops for their livelihoods, and grow crops such as bananas, sugarcane, pineapple, mangoes, and many other crops. There are also long-standing issues with land tenure in areas under traditional administration. Honorable members, in many ways, the challenges facing the residents of Ugu District Municipality are similar to those that are facing many of our people in other parts of South Africa. Since democracy in 1994, this government has made significant strides in improving the lives of South Africans, particularly those who were most disadvantaged by apartheid misrule. We have expanded basic services like water, much as the people in this district are experiencing challenges in relation to water. We've also expanded electricity distribution, and build homes, much as we are currently going through load shedding. We have provided access to free primary health care, quality basic education, and free tertiary education. Since 1994, the progressive and pro-poor policies of successive democratic administrations have lifted millions of people out of extreme poverty and improved their lives. And yet we know that we can no longer rely on these past achievements as we witness severe challenges at local government, which is where service delivery happens. This year I've held 5 presidential imbizos in the Northwest, in the Free State, in Mpumalanga, in Gauteng, and in Northern Cape. At these imbizos, challenges at local government level were articulated by our people in those areas, and they were foremost in the minds of our people. Reports from the Auditor General and the National Treasury and the State of Local Government reports point to inefficiency, maladministration, lack of financial controls, corruption, poor governance in many municipalities. Wangathi igebengu zonke zihlangane la komasipala ngoba kulapho imali itshontshwa khona. All of these affect local government's ability to provide basic services people need to lead lives of quality and dignity. That is why we should welcome the new laws that we are putting in place, laws that are going to enhance accountability. Amongst others, the laws will disallow municipal officials from also holding political office. It defines competency criteria for appointments of municipal managers and strengthens the performance evaluation process. This should be viewed alongside the process that we are embarking upon of professionalizing the public sector, which was adopted by Cabinet last month. Sifuna ukuthi abantu abazosebenzela umphakathi komasipala babe ngabantu abanolwazi, abantu abaqeqeshwe kahle, hayi nje umuntu nje ongazi lutho, angazi nokuthi izinto zibekwa njani, aze nje azosebenza, angazi nokuthi abantu bafanele ukuthi basetshenzelwe kanjani. Le mthetho esibanayo manje ukwenzela ukuthi omasipala bethu basebenze ngendlela eqonde kahle. This will make specific proposals to ensure merit-based recruitment and promotion and more effective consequence management for public servants. This is going to have a big impact on how government works at all levels. The task of this year's Taking Parliament to the People is to deliberate on what is being done and what must be done to strengthen local government. The interaction with people here in Ugu District has no doubt done much to enrich the NCOP's deliberations. The chairperson, as I arrived, was telling me that the NCOP will compile a report that will properly articulate and put forward the views of our people here. And as part of strengthening local government performance, we are striving to entrench a district development model as an integrated multidisciplinary approach to government planning and implementation. We often spend a great deal of time diagnosing the problem and painting a picture of what a poorly run municipality should look like. We should now move beyond that and focus on what an ideal municipality should look like and how to build such municipalities across the country. We have spoken before about some of the key elements of an ideal municipality, including that an ideal municipality should have a vibrant economy. It should have places where tourists want to visit. It must be interconnected in many, many ways digitally, and it must have people who are well trained, and it must offer the best living conditions for our people. Such municipalities should be municipalities that provide good access to health, education, as well as recreational facilities. In such an ideal municipality, not only are residents able to lead lives of quality and dignity, they become magnets for investments because investors just pour in as they see a municipality that is well run, that is clean, that has roads without potholes, and many, many other wonderful attributes. In short, an ideal municipality is a place that people want to live in, that people want to work in, and people want to bring their businesses and investment, and people want to visit. To achieve this, we need to capacitate local government to play a far more prominent role in implementing our economic reconstruction and recovery plan. We cannot achieve higher economic growth, we cannot create more jobs, and we cannot grow more businesses if local government does not function well. We have a shared responsibility to promote investment in this district and in this province. Over the last 4 years, we have raised more than 1 trillion rand in new investment commitments, of which 330 billion rand has already flowed into the economy. The factories, data centers, paper mills, and mines that are built through this investment are not located at the Union Buildings or Parliament in Cape Town. They are located where our people live. And that is why we need to make sure that companies should want to invest here in Ugu District and where our people stay. That is why we have put in place several measures to promote growth and job creation throughout the country. We have expanded the tax incentive for employers to take on more young people. We have invested in emerging black industrialists and launched a loan scheme to enable small businesses to also bounce back from COVID pandemic. While we are encouraging companies to invest and to create employment, we are also using public and social employment to create opportunities for a number of our people who are unemployed. The presidential employment stimulus, for example, has benefited more than 1 million people in the last 2 years. Of these opportunities, about 186,000 were here in KwaZulu-Natal. Significant progress has been made in reforming the country's telecommunications, energy, ports and rail industries. These are industries that make the economy work. It has given me great joy to come here to KwaZulu-Natal, where, for instance, we've opened up new lines in various factories, where a number of factories that are involved in motor vehicle manufacturing, motor vehicle parts, have either invested a great deal of money and so forth, even paper mills. The Port of Durban is critical for the economy of this district, critical also to the province and the country, which is why we are undertaking reforms to improve the efficiency and capacity of our Durban port. Durban used to be amongst the top performing ports in the world. Over time, it has declined, and we are now beginning the process of turning it around, because we want Durban, which is a great hub for trade, for imports and exports in the Southern Hemisphere, to return to its glory days and to have many ships going past Durban Port. This is work that involves all spheres of government, Transnet as well as other stakeholders. It is a great example of cooperative economic development. We are embarking on all these efforts so that we can improve the economy not only of KwaZulu-Natal but also of this district. Since 1994, the democratic government has been hard at work to bring about a better life for all. But we know there is so much further and so much more that we need to do if the promise of our Constitution is to be fulfilled for all. As parliamentarians who are gathered here, yours is a critical role. As parliamentarians, you hold government to account for the promises that have been made and ensure that those promises are met. In taking Parliament to the people, you are fulfilling this important mission. But what is more important, as we take Parliament to the people like we have done here, is to enable us to listen to our people, to listen to their concerns, and as parliamentarians to be able to ensure that the concerns of our people are then transmitted to those who have been charged with the responsibility to make things happen. To the people of Ugu District Municipality, I say, join hands with us to make your local government stronger here and throughout the province. I'd like to thank you because you have made your voices heard. Sengitholile report yokuthi kulo lonke leli viki kule lama hearings wayeloku eqhubeka la ukuthi abantu bethu lapha bebethini na. And what I can say ukuthi our various ministers will be coming back to address the various issues that have been raised. Bazawubuya. The various issues that were raised, from crime, housing, roads, water, and all the other issues that you have put forward, they will come back so that we can address those challenges. As the different arms and spheres of government, we will, as I said, follow up on all those issues, and we will also try to come back and report to you as we resolve them. On my part, I look forward to the debate that is now going to take place and to hearing from political parties and indeed our premiers on the measures that are being taken in their respective provinces to government. When government is efficient, when it is capable, when it is agile and responsive, there is progress and development. People's quality of life improves, the living standards of our people will go up, and incomes will also rise. As a result, the nation's economy will grow. Better governance is an issue in which each of us has a stake. I'd like to say, let us continue to work together, to strive together, to turn South Africa to be indeed the dream that we have always wanted it to be, to turn that dream into reality so that we can improve our people's lives. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much.